my name is Allie and this is my Flosstube channel, Misfit.stitches. You can occasionally find me on Instagram at misfit.stitches, and welcome to another episode of Flosstube. Didn't think I was gonna get here. I promised an episode like months ago, but you know, things happen. But here I am. I really wanted to film a house tour of the cross stitch that I have up on my wall, and I know I said I was going to do that, a little home tour, but Max really wanted to. We combined our offices into one office, and Max really wanted to paint the office, and he did. It is she pink, real pink, and I love it. It looks great, especially with my white desk. But most of the cross stitch that was in my house was in that room. Of course, so I had to take it all down, and now I want to paint all the frames white so they all match and it looks like cohesive. So they're not up. So that will come probably in September after we, get everything done. Sorry that the lighting is weird today. It's a lot of tones here, but it is really dark outside, which is unusual for this time of year, but it is raining really hard, which is great. And I was about to say, I only have 15 minutes to make this video because that is all the time I have today. It's the last day of school today, and our son is getting an award and we have to go to that, and so my time is limited. And I also look like I'm not wearing clothes, but I'm wearing clothes. So everything's a little bit willy-nilly around here. Where does that expression come from? Can someone tell me? I have no idea. Anyway, wow. Lots of energy, lots of rambling already. Anyway, thank you for coming back. I hope that this is okay, and hopefully I can get this done in 20 minutes because that's all I got. And I'm already wasting time. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for everyone for their comments on my last video. It was my first video I'd made in a really long time, and everyone was super nice because you're always super nice. Let's get into things that I have finished. The first thing that I finished is for a swap. Heather, link is my homeboy, does these really amazing, really well put together swaps. This is the link where she lists the swaps when they go available. If you are someone who is interested in doing swaps, really well done. She, off the charts, really well put together swaps. I really like it. So this is my finish for the swap. I haven't FFO'd it. We can start shipping them out now, so I will hopefully FFO this tomorrow and get it in the mail. I might wait till I go down south when are we leaving? Sunday, and then I'll mail it on Tuesday from down south. It'll just get there a little bit faster and be a little cheaper. Here is my finish. This is from Bad Stitch. This is Bat and Leaf. I don't know the name of the title. It's right here. I purchased the pattern on Etsy. This is Marco. He is all stitched up in beautiful. I absolutely love him. He's so cute. And this leaf it's unreal. It's unreal how good that leaf looks. This design is so good. It's so good. I mean, everything they design is really good. I actually kept this completely kitted up because I plan on restitching it for myself, probably on the same fabric. This is Light Rainbow by Barball Creations, and it's really multicolor. I got a fat quarter of it, and I've stitched so many things on it, and it always looks really good. So he's all finished. I'm gonna finish him in one of those oh, the light's weird, rubbery wooden hoops. I'm just not very good at finishing. I kind of wanted to make him to a little pillow so you could squish him, but I don't want to risk it. So I'm just gonna finish him, and so that he can be hung up easily and put all the goodies in there. And yeah, so I'm very happy with that finish. And okay, the next finish, I just finished it last night because it's due in a couple days, and now I can't remember the name. Okay, there is someone on Instagram that organizes these kind of what I was, cross stitch flip books. You've probably seen them before. This is the name of the account. I'm sorry, I can't remember what it is, and I speak French. I should be able to remember what it is, but I can't. Here it is. That's what it is. So they do these like cross stitch flip books so that you sign up and they give you a part of the pattern. You stitch a part of the pattern, and then you take a picture of it, and then they combine all the photographs together into this really cool flip book. So this like, moving cross stitch. It's really cool. I really like the idea. It's super fun. And I got to participate this time. So it's a little squid. Octopus? Squid? I'm not sure. I'm sure it said, I think it's a squid. Here, this is what the animal is. I feel like from my portion of the design, it could be either. So they give you your part of the pattern and then the colors. And then you can also buy the kit. And I was gonna buy the kit, but like shipping time was gonna be like too long for me. So here he is. He stitched up in like half an hour, obviously. Really cute. So now I just have to finish the back of it. I'll just cut it and put like a hoop butt in it and take a picture and submit it so that my portion of the stop motion can be part of the stop motion. Sorry. Anyway, so go find that Instagram and follow them if you want to participate in the next one. It's really cool. It's a really neat idea. Like, I mean, and they look so cool. And the person who runs it is super nice because I emailed them a couple times, and my French is Acadian French. It's not Quebecois or France French, even though I live in Quebec. I grew up in New Brunswick, and so my French is Acadian, which is like worlds different. Anyway, but they're super nice about it. I'm sure they're used to having to like translate other languages because people from all over the world join this like flip book thing. I don't know exactly where I'm going to take the photo. It's raining. I'm hoping tomorrow it won't be raining and I'll be able to go take it in front of like a landmark in town. Like we have this building, it's called the Michwap building because it looks like a Michwap. Michwap is the Cree word for teepee. So, and it's just a really cool, I love the colors. It's really colorful and cool. So I might take it in front of there, or I might set it in. We have this like tree in our yard. I might set it in the tree to make it more personal. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I will figure it out tomorrow. Although today is the last day of school, so it's the last time where I have any time where I am not accompanied by my little buddy. So my third finish is something I finished and put up in my shop. I really wanted to do something for Pride Month, aside from my playlist. Okay, I'm gonna put this right here. Normally I put my music recommendations at the very end so that you can skip them if you're not interested, but I think that this is worthy of being interested in, regardless of whether you're interested in my monthly or whatever, however often I make a Flosstube, music recommendations. So if you go to my Instagram, you'll see in my like highlighted stories right here, I have a Pride playlist. So this is queer artists making great music, and I have kind of put them together. I try to post one a day for the month of June, just to give you a little sonic diversity, but also just to support queer artists. Obviously, they always are in need of support, and I think that's just my little way of highlighting some great artists that maybe you haven't heard of before. Some of them you have. Obviously, I put Queen in there, and like, who hasn't heard of Freddie Mercury? I don't know. You know, because I do really think that highlighting also like important figures is important, not just like bringing awareness to musicians maybe that you haven't heard of, but also like, you know, acknowledging the greats that did a lot of work for the queer community. So they're all there. You can go check out that playlist. At the end, I'm going to put them all together in Spotify on a playlist, and I will link that so that you can easily access it if you are a Spotify listener. I know that listening on Spotify isn't exactly like the best way to support an artist, but maybe that you'll find an artist that you really love and you'll go buy their record or their merch or go to their show and fall in love with them and have their song on repeat forever and ever and ever and ever until everyone in your house doesn't like you anymore. It's never happened to me. I'm just kidding. It happens to me like once a month when I pick one song and I just listen to it over and over and over again. But you know what? My kid does the same thing. So at least I cannot be accused of being the only person in this house that plays the same song on repeat. Anyway, that's a tangent. Anyway, go check that out. I put music from all kinds of genres, so maybe like the first 10 aren't your taste, but the 11th one will be something that you really, really love. And I tried to pick music from all over the world. That is not always the easiest task because, you know, a lot of countries, their acceptance of the queer community is not like, it's not good. So it is hard to find queer artists from some places, but I'm trying my best to cover at least a little bit of the global ground. And yeah. So, and I put a lot of music from, or at least 3 artists from Thailand because they just received marriage equality yesterday on June 18th. So I just wanted to kind of celebrate that victory. They've been fighting for that for a really long time, and they are the first South Asian country to have marriage equality, and only the second Asian country, Taiwan being the first. Anyway, moving on. So back to what I was originally saying is I wanted to make something for Pride, something that kind of reflected how like I felt about Pride Month and being part of the queer community. And then I kind of had this like really goofy idea. I don't know. I'm not really sure that I translated very well, but it doesn't matter. I designed this for myself. I stitched this for myself, and you can stitch it too if, you know, if the messaging resonates with you. You can go check out my Instagram post where I word vomited something to Max and he wrote something really nice for me. Yes, that caption was not written by me. Max wrote that for me. Because he understands what I'm trying to say and is able to put it more eloquently than I can. Anyway, here is the pattern. It is an inverted rainbow, and it says, "To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance." So here is the pattern. It is stitched on 32 count black witchelt and charted all in DMC. My neighbor's son is just walking by. We live in a duplex, so when they come out of their house, they're very close to the window that I'm sitting at. Okay, he's gone. And here's the thing about this pattern is it is, wow, a funky looking rainbow. It's inverted, right? So these are the opposite colors of the rainbow and of a green carnation. So if you look at it inverted, it magically turns into the traditional rainbow, which you know, is used to represent pride, and green carnations, which is something that Oscar Wilde used to wear to identify being part of the queer community. So here is the magic. Isn't that so cool? That's so cool. I think it's so cool. So it's kind of like a little hidden message. So it's just a little hidden message, a little bit of social commentary, and a little bit of myself and how I feel. I'm sorry, I've tried to like say what I wanted to say about this and what this meant to me like 10 times, and I am running out of time. So just go read my Instagram post about it if you're interested in it. And this is available for sale on my Gumroad and on my Etsy. It comes with 2 charted versions. So the inverted one, if you want to have your little hidden message, but it also comes charted. You can chart it. I charted it with the rainbow and the green carnations. If you wanted to just stitch it without the little hidden message, without the little party trick, which is very fun to show people. And also you can check the rainbow in whatever way you want. So those are all my finishes. I have a lot of whips that I've touched a very little bit. I was just trying to pick the ones that I wanted to bring with me when we go visit our family for the summer. And so I kind of have been picking them up, testing them out, seeing which ones feel good. So we will get into that next. First up, and I think this one is making the cut to make it home. I'm only trying to bring home a few projects because, you know, I never get that much stitching done in the summer. First is the Snowflower Diaries, Trust the Universe. I started this last year at Stitch North with Melissa from Sheba Designs. I believe they already finished it. I think she did. Not sure. I didn't make it very far my first go around, but I have put in quite a few stitches. If I have a picture, I will insert it. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't like to be in the middle. I like to be on the side. Anyway, of the last place that I was. But here is where I am now. This is stitched in the called for colors, 2/2 on even weave, 32 count, by hand dyed by Rolanda. This fabric, yo, like it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I can't, and it's not even showing up as pretty as it is. There's this like really gorgeous like pink blob here you can't see. It's so pretty. So what I've stitched is her hair here, and then the outline of her hair all the way down here. So not like a ton of stitches, but I felt like it was good progress for the 2 days that I worked on it. And I think I want to bring this one home because here there is a bunch of white fill-in, and I thought that that would be good to stitch while I'm chatting with people over the summer, something I don't have to look at. Anyway, I love it so much. I can't wait to finish it and put it up. I don't know whether I'm going to put Trust the Universe there or Song Lyrics. Max says he likes it, and I say, you're a fool. Who trusts the universe? Not me. So I don't know. We'll see whether I decide to chart some lyrics in there or not. Okay. In my last video, I talked about starting the Heart Sampler by Bad Vibes Only, and here's where I was last time. I had planned on finishing it for Stitch North and then having my dear friends at Stitch North stitch the hearts in here. But then of course I didn't end up being able to go and was mad at the project and put it away. But I do really want to finish it. I put so much work into it this year, and so I do want to finish it. So here is what I put in, not very much, just this here and this down here around the hearts. So I don't know. I wanted to get it framed this summer too, but I still think I want to bring it with me next year to Stitch North and get people to stitch those hearts in. I realize that means I'd have to wait a long time to get it framed, but I think I still really want to do it. So I'm going to weekend 2, hopefully, of Stitch North next year. It lines up better with our travel schedule, and I think I can go to New Brunswick with my son and Max and drop them off at my family's house and fly. And hopefully that'll be a house full of people is enough people to care for one son without me, hopefully. So I think I'm gonna keep working on it, and I'll decide whether or not I want to bring it with me. But though, that is the stitches I put in with that. That's definitely coming home with me for the summer. Next, I needed a project because I was going to get my winter tires off, and I was gonna wait for it to be done because it's about like, it's not far, like it's only about 4 kilometers from here, the garage. And I was gonna drop off the car and then I was just gonna wait there. They do have like a few waiting chairs there. So I needed a project for that. But I didn't end up waiting. They said it was going to be a couple hours, and so I just decided to walk home. 4 kilometers doesn't take that long for someone who walks frequently. But it was really cold and I didn't want to do it, but I did. Anyway, so I walked home instead of stitching on it. And wouldn't you know, the next day it snowed. It snowed. I got my tires off one day, and then the winter tires off one day, and the next day it snowed. Now, an elder would tell me it's because I took my winter tires off that it snowed, because the north wind is a trickster god and saw me take off my winter tires very late and was like, haha, I'm gonna make it snow now. Anyway, the snow didn't stick, thankfully, and I got my winter tires off. But I didn't get to stitch on this, and this is what I brought with me to stitch on it. Wow, you know, the faster I try to go, the longer it takes me to go. This is the Serbian proverb by Ladida, right here. I started this last year sometime, only put in like 10 stitches. Be humble for you are made of earth, be noble for you are made of stars. I love that. And I wanted to make it a monochrome sampler. I have this beautiful silk from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. It's really gorgeous, and I thought it would make this really beautiful. And it does. This is sterling by Picture This Plus 32 count even weave. And before I had like the star and the corner done and like the beginning of this. So all I really managed to do was bring over the top border a little bit while I was working on it. Not a lot to see. And I know somebody is hosting a sale for this. Okay, there is a new Instagram account. This is what the account is. I can't remember anything today. I'm very sorry. And they actually promote every sale. They like put it out there so that you can join if you want to join the sales. And somebody is doing a sale for this. And I'm going to join that. I'm going to bring that home with me because it is. And so I'm going to join whoever is stitching that. And because I really want to bring this home, it is a nice small purse size project. And it's one color, which makes, you know, like waiting room stitching really easy. I don't know when I'm going to be in a waiting room this summer. But I might be. You never know. It always happens. All right, 3 more projects. I am like way behind. I got to go. Earlier this year, it might have been around Valentine's Day. It might have been around Max's and I anniversary of when we met. It's the only anniversary I can remember. But I also can't remember how long it's been. I am really terrible at that kind of stuff. As you can see, like my memory, not good. I write everything down on paper because I can't remember anything. Anyway, but I do remember that we hooked up. That's so romantic. On January 18th. And so I wanted to start something romantic. So I started this, which I get doesn't seem romantic, but I swear it is. It's romantic in a macabre kind of way. This is the Rolodex sampler by Bendy Stitchy. I also realized that the Bendy Stitchy patterns I pick always are the tree ones. I have this one and Rosy Stream Tree. I guess I have a thing for Michelle's trees. Anyway, it says, no grave can hold my body down. I'll crawl home to her. And it has this gorgeous willow tree in it. And I have it, I bought the entire kit years ago. Not the fabric, but the floss. I've switched out some of the flosses. I got a needle hanging out here. So here is a picture of where I last was, or I'm hoping that there's a picture there of where I last was. And what I did was I brought the branch over to complete these branches so I could start going down with the leaves. And this is stitched on Picture This Plus. I think it's Ancient. It's like a kind of yellowy, creamy color with these gray blue wisps in it. It looks really good with the pattern, I think. Kind of like fog, maybe? I really, really like it. I love stitching this. I actually really like stitching the leaves, even though they're like, it's the same stitch over and over again. It stitches up so quick. I think what I'm gonna do though is go and finish the tree, and then I might go finish everything and then do the leaves at the very end, because I like stitching them a lot, but I think it'll be easier when you don't have to count down to like before it hits something, you know what I mean? You just fill in the space without thinking about it. And my neighbors are home now. Hopefully they won't see me. Anyway, I love that. I'm pretty sure that that one is also coming with me. Now on to my new starts. Have two. I've had this pattern for a really long time, and I was looking for the right time to start it. So this is Auspicious Hope by La-Di Da. It says, auspicious hope, thy sweet garden grow, wreath for each toil and charm for every woe. I really love that, and I love the pink and blue, one of my fave color combinations. And my small boy and I planted a garden. We do most years, just we have planted them out in the ground, and that went okay, not great. You have to really dig up a bunch of sand. You have to really dig up a bunch of sand to actually grow things, because there's not really like fertile soil. And oh my gosh, so awkward. They're having like a party next door or something. I'm just kidding. The next door neighbors are like my besties. I just don't want them to see me filming a video. But they have definitely all seen me filming a video. This is so awkward. Okay. But so we started planting a container garden, and last year we did that, and even though it was really dry and hot and smoky, the garden actually grew pretty well while not being maintained, because we're not here for 6 weeks to maintain it. It has to maintain itself. And it grew really well. So this year we kind of doubled what we're growing. I'll take a picture of it when it stops raining and insert it. This is our little container garden. So we're just growing kind of an assortment of vegetables and herbs and a few flowers. And we had a lot of fun doing that. He picked what we were growing, and he wrote the little signs, and we just really had a lovely day. It was really, really nice. So I wanted to start something kind of, I don't know, it's been a really, really, really tough year for us, and it is not really getting any better. Yeah, I didn't even mention goose break, broken car, spent the entire time fixing the car. Miserable. Anyway, it has been a really tough year for us, and I kind of wanted just to celebrate like a really good day. So I started that, and this is what I stitched on it. This is, fabric is 32 count Picture This Plus earthen, and it's kind of a light pink, and I'm stitching it not in the called for, but in close approximations. I didn't have all the called for, and that is what I got started. So I'm not sure whether this one will come with me or not. I really like working on it, and I think it's really, really pretty. I love the pink and the blue. And lastly, we have, do I have a picture? I do. From a Screaming Heart Design, I have this wench thick, which is so silly and is so funny, and I just adore it. I haven't instant purchased anything in a long time. I'm trying to be very intentional about things that I buy, and also, like, you know, instant purchases in this economy. But I purchased this one. I really, really love it. It's really funny. And my friend Meg from Books and Moon is hosting a sale for this pattern. This is the funny hashtag for it. And so I started that. I kitted it up from Stash. I actually used this kind of like I'm trying to like use up all my crispy Aida. I have not an abundance of it, but quite a bit of it, and I'm trying to just like power through it. And so this is what I managed to stitch. I only stitched on it twice, but I love the way it's turning out. So I tried to pick close colors, but I wanted to use my Roxy floss because I have an abundance of it. So I just kitted it up with that, close colors. Oh. Throwing it all around. This is blue raspberry, cassis, croquette. Sorry, there's like floss everywhere. Unicorn, teal my heart, and Great Lakes. Again, everything's a mess. So I think that they match pretty well. A little bit more blue, I'd say, than green, but I like it. So please join us if you also want to stitch that. I would love to see other people stitching it. It's so funny. Anyway, please join us in stitching that if you want to. And again, that's the hashtag. Everyone is welcome, as always. And I think that's it. I haven't really made any purchases. I have a few plans, but like, Lord knows that they're not going to stick. So I don't really know what I'm going to bring with me. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll post on Instagram my summer stitches selection. Oh, I do have something very exciting though. Over Goose Break, this was the highlight for me. I asked my dad if we could figure out a floss organization system. And I was like, well, maybe like a pegboard. And he was like, you can't go buy a pegboard. They're so cheap. That'll never hold. It'll never look good. It'll fall apart. My dad is into longevity with your items, which I also am into that too. And he was like, we will build a board with pegs in it and you can use that. So we just recently took at my parents' house my dad had built like a bed rail for our son. And just recently this year, he has said goodbye to the bed rails. So we're very proud about that. And we had the bed rail from my parents' house. And so we used that piece of wood. We just cut it down a little bit. We rounded the corners, we sanded it, and then we drilled holes and put the pegs in. It was super, super easy. Like if you have a friend or you have access to tools, you can make one of these in like seconds. It did not take us very long. It took us longer to figure out how to space them properly than anything else, because I'm not good at math. And so I tried to do everything to build it, but like I can't do the math to like put the pegs in. But thankfully my dad can. So yeah, so we built this pegboard and here it is. It was really fun to make and it looks so good and it holds all my floss on the wall and I am obsessed with it. And I painted it white so it would match the room, and Max put it up on the wall and I covered it in floss and I'm so happy. I love working at my desk now and looking at it. It makes me so happy. I can't wait till the first time I get to kit something up and just like pick the floss from in front of me. So here it is. I kind of did like a rainbow, and then at the end I put like the beiges and the really variegated ones all together. And yeah, there you have it. So yay. My floss is finally organized. Actually, because we painted the office, we actually cleaned the whole office out, and I made space in my closet to put my whips in like a hanging closet thing. And now I can actually access all my whips, which is like feels miraculous. And also very daunting because there's a lot of them. And then like the bucket beside them is all full of kitted up projects. It's not good. Anyway, I talked for 20 minutes longer than I was supposed to, and I'm completely out of time, but I really appreciate you spending this time with me, and I hope you have a happy Pride Month. I hope you have an educated Pride Month. I hope you have a really fun summer or winter, depending on where you are. Or I just, or you just make it through the summer the best you can, waiting for that cool, spooky season to come upon us. I appreciate your time. You can find me on Instagram at misfit.stitches. I'm trying to be better about responding to DMs in a timely manner. This is difficult for me. The other day I opened my phone and I had 17 text messages unread, 24 messenger messages unread, and 23 Instagram DMs, plus all of the other little emails and discords, and it was covered in red. Max was appalled at the state of my phone. I'm trying to be better. I can make no promises. I really appreciate friendships, but I am really bad at responding to things when I get overwhelmed with everything, with life. I'm sorry. I promise to be better. And thank you for spending this time with me. If you made it through all these rambles, I feel like I get ramblier the faster I try to go. Anyway, I appreciate you. Have a nice few weeks. I'll be back hopefully in August, hopefully with some like massive finish, or massive for me, and a plan on how to tackle my bigger whips, which I have said in every video. I need a plan to tackle the bigger whips, and it just never seems to come to me. But some of them are getting like 4 or 5 years old now, and I mean, I think that's a little bit too long. Anyway, have a nice time. I appreciate you. Okay, bye.